Many keyboard companies have tried this transparent housing, hoping it would stick in the market. I think it actually did, as the uniqueness of a transparent housing is something that's very risky for keyboard companies to make, but at the same time, it's new and it's special. We have here the X98 from Yunzii. This has a transparent housing and transparent keycaps with a pink hue to it, if that's not already obvious. This is Daniel with the Biboyharanero team. We review everything from keyboards to mice to mics to headsets, everything PC setup and gaming related. Subscribe so you're always updated with these new releases. Now back to the X98. This features a knob with an outer layer that twists around and the middle that presses down. The RGB on this keyboard is really very bright thanks to the PCB LEDs matched with a shiny plastic plate. I'm not sure what the plate is made of, but if I had to guess, it's made of PC. With the wireless connectivity and really bright LEDs, this includes a battery pack rated at 8,000 milliamp hours. That should be more than enough to power this keyboard for about half a month, but lots of factors need to be considered, so take what I say with a grain of salt. By pressing the function key and right control, the F-row lights up to show battery percentage. This has 3 connectivity modes being wired, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, with a toggle switch up top to switch connectivities. As usual, I tried this for gaming to check for any delays or interferences, but it performed just as well as even my 8K polling rate keyboards. Well, to be honest, I really don't feel the difference between 1K and 8K polling, but anyways, this has NKRO, so you may freely type with 10 fingers and 10 toes. And your tongue. Yuck. The switches that we have here are the Yunzii Snow switches. I couldn't find any information on the required actuation force of these switches, but if I had to guess, it feels as if it's around 45 grams. Now this is just an estimate, so if you know the exact number, educate us via the comment section down below. If you don't like the switches, this has a universal hot swap south-facing PCB, so any 3-pin or 5-pin switch would fit. But beware, as aesthetic issues may arise with colored switches, but more on this later. Onto the software, this is VIA compatible, so you don't need to download anything online. In fact, you could just use the web version of VIA. It's complete with key binding features with lots of layers to customize, a macro recording tab, and another tab for LED customization. Inside the box, you get the keyboard, braided coiled cable, documentation, extra Snow switches, a key puller combo, some novelties along with a pause and insert key, and lastly, a PET dust cover. Everything you will need is basically included in the box along with that really cool braided coiled USB-C cable. All that for only $110. I'm definitely keeping that coiled cable. Insert evil laugh here. Just kidding, I'm not AI. You have to believe me. As for the dust cover, I always advise this in all my reviews to just keep it on when not in use to protect your keyboard from your cat's fur. As for the Wi-Fi dongle or 2.4G dongle, however you want to call it, it's underneath the metal badge found under the keyboard. I was so close to contacting Yunzii's customer service because I thought they forgot to give me a dongle. Anyways, onto the keyboard. This weighs 1.2 kilograms. It's really hefty as expected from this kind of build. And tapping on the keyboard, there's very little hollowness to it, giving off a very solid sound, all thanks to the internal foams and silicone dampers. If you look underneath, you really do see the silicone dampers that wraps the whole entire PCB and positioning plate. This allows for maximum shock absorption and minimizing rattling or hollow sounds. Under the keyboard, you get the standard 2-level kick-up feet along with anti-slip rubber pads. Then on the top side of the keyboard, you get the USB-C input and connectivity switch at the middle. Moving on, the knob is made of both PC plastic and aluminum, with the middle being an aluminum button separate from the plastic outer layer that twists. I just thought some of you guys may want to know. Overall, the keyboard is really built well, and with everything that comes in the box, this is currently priced very competitively. The keycaps we have here are PC plastic in the CSA profile. I personally am not a fan of CSA profile or even OEM profile due to the keycap height. They make my fingers curl and cause fatigue over time. Some of my buddies prefer taller keycaps because it helps them type faster and more accurately, so this is a subjective thing that would depend on personal preference. I think a general guideline would be if you have long fingers, low profile and tall profiles would suit you. For short fingers, I think it's best you go with low profile such as cherries. The stabilizers on this keyboard are very good. They feel really premium, having what I think is a PC build and a palm stabilizer stem. I could be wrong though. They're fitted perfectly on the plate, however, there's still very minimal tad bit of rattling on the stabilized keys. I would recommend adding more dielectric grease. Now onto the Snow switches. Again, I estimate this to have about 45 grams of required actuation force. A perfect balance for both gaming and typing, allowing for fast keystrokes while keeping you from making typos. This has a palm stem and a PC housing, which sounds creamy given the nature of palm and PC together. But we can't judge a book by its cover, so here's a sound test. This is offered in 2 colorways. You get a pink one and a white one. It's actually not white, it's transparent, but yeah, no hues of anything. At the front side of the keyboard, by the right, you get an aluminum badge with Yunzii's branding. Definitely a step above just paint. The keycaps have white prints on them that look really thin. My broken eyes can barely see them. Plus, if you light up RGB, it's not gonna help at all, making the legends get lost in the mix of all the lights. So for those who look at their keyboards when typing, beware of the stock keycaps that this keyboard comes with. You may have to squint a little bit to see some legends better. The keycap design overall is very girly, very feminine. You get teddy bear prints and some fireworks. You get twinkle twinkle little stars by the lower right keycap and RGB on the knob as well. Speaking of RGB, they're really bright on this unit. What contributes to the brightness is the keycap housing. You get the transparent housing that makes light shine through very effectively. I like these snow switches from Yunzii. I think I want to harvest them for a future RGB spangled keyboard. Oh, about switch replacement though. I think if you put some colored switches on this keyboard, it's not gonna look as good because the keycaps are transparent and you really do see the colors of the switches underneath. So if the colors of the switches do not match the keyboard's aesthetics, then I'm sorry. Just a quick nitpick there. Back to RGB, pressing the function key and backslash, you can cycle through the RGB modes. Onto light indicators. Beside the backspace key, you have indicators for caps lock, numlock, and battery status. When knock makes the Windows key shine a static white when activated. And that's pretty much it for all my comments regarding aesthetics. I will leave links down below in the description on where to get your X98 from Yunzii. I'll see you guys again next time. This is Daniel with the Biboyharanero team. Do not subscribe.